Alright, let's see if I can make this a video. Alright, I strongly believe that what we know and appreciate and love about the earth, and if you follow me, what we know about and love about source consciousness or God, I feel it's very important to exercise it in daily life and to constantly leave reminders. Let me see if I can make this brighter with my phone. 1 second. Alright, still recording? Okay, cool. Alright, so I've just been out here at the beach doing my daily day camping thing. And so what I got here is I've got a square. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can make this brighter. Turn it on. Alright. Okay. So I got a square, and then inside the square I got the circle, and then inside the circle is the triangle. And inside the triangle is the center point, with the line connecting to the Fibonacci spiral, which I'll get to that in a second. But so we have directional elements. So all this is gathered from the beach. In the east, we have feathers representing air, and in the south we have the firewood that's been already burnt by somebody else. Collected, and it represents fire in the south. We have the vegetation, sea vegetation, and there's like a shell in there somewhere, representing the ocean or water. And then we got the stone representing earth. And everything was reaching for the sky earlier when I had put all this together. That was reaching towards the sky, and so that was kind of like the point of doing this. All the elements reaching back towards the sky, and I anointed them each corner with a mixture of oils. There was frankincense and myrrh, and I don't think there was any lavender in there, but the holy oils. So the triangle represents man, and the center point, I don't know if you can see it, the center point spiral represents God within man. So the triangle, which should be a star, but I didn't want to freak anybody out, is just the upright triangle, and I anointed the center too, so that's anointing the spirit. And then the direct line, I don't know if you can even see it, but the direct line in the center reaching outside the square represents the middle pillar, the direct ascendant. So the square, so the circle, so we got the triangle representing man, and we got the circle representing man's world, or man's realm. And in this case, it's the earth. And then the square represents form, or space-time. So in the mystical Kabbalah tradition, the square would represent the combination of Chakma and Binah, mostly Binah, directing energy into form. And then so that's why we get polarity, and then we get this, we get a dualistic reality. And so that the square represents everything that we cannot get out of, basically. But the line in the center represents our exit out consciously, metaphysically speaking. So there's two outer layers, or there's technically three lines here. I don't know if you can even see it. Let's see if I can get a better view. There's not too much wind, so hopefully it's not too loud. So we have the layers representing the Ein Sof, the Ein Sof. There's three different layers. They have three different names, holy names. And it's pretty much the realm that Kether on the tree represents. And that is pretty much the unknowable, the unperceivable. Or at least in past generations, that's been the lore. But I do believe, since consciousness evolves, and that is the agreed upon theory, that consciousness is constantly evolving, just like evolution, the earth evolves and life on earth evolves. So that way out, or that way of perceiving and working our way to a sovereign being, a sovereign vessel here on the earth, and then to be united one day, in that holy union, and to be able to perceive what's in the Ein Sof. Let me back up. Spiraling, Fibonacci spiraling to the Godhead. And then so obviously that's the throne. And so when you put me, hang on a second, let me get over there. Me, for example, my vessel. Not that I'm God, but the vessel that is man. Metaphorically speaking, sitting on the throne or being one with God. And so that center point down there at the triangle is this point right here where I'm sitting, here on earth and in this life. So that's a little food for thought.